This is a game about blinking. See, every time you blink, the game will notice. See how this works? Try blinking on the white symbol. Alright, ooh. I have to click. When you see a metronome and blink, you'll jump forward. Keep blinking. So this probably would have been a good game to play with like an eye detector. Look at that.
Get away, you lucky fowls.
Oh,
It's
that's
mine.
loud.
Well, hello there, stranger. Whew. You're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you?
Am I? I can't see
I asked you
myself.
for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with, or hands to shake with, or no nose to look down with. So we're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body's still inside of you. If that makes
That's
any sense.
gross.
So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. Ooh, well look at that. You're a blinking
Oh, that's so
genius.
pretty.
I knew
Oh, look
you
at
were
the
special.
sky.
You see all them poor souls down there, lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See, I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch, or what's a better word? Notion? No, a better word than that. Premonition. A premonition when a soul's worth pulling up. Now you see that tower out there?
Yep.
Big scary one. That's where I'm taking you.
It's not very
to see
scary.
the gatekeeper. To be judged. I'm
Gatekeeper?
gonna present
Are they
your
going to
case,
gaslight
tell
and
the whole
gatekeep
story
me?
of your entire life, from prow to stir. Now, if she's impressed, I get paid the big coin, and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't, well,
You get
I
fired.
eat seagull for dinner again, and you, well, we don't have to worry about that, because I am the best orator you'll find on
Are
these sickly
you?
waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me. Oh, shut up, you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts.
Oh! The
You
birds are...
satisfactory clock watchers. I got some words for you.
Okay, so if I fail, I get turned into a bird. You're weird.
Sorry you had to hear that.
Is that like cursing and dog? Well,
So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come in. Your life. You're gonna show it to me. I want to see exactly
That's
what made you
private.
so absolutely great.
that's
So
kind of private.
just think back.
I don't want
The
to.
very beginning.
Put me back in the water.
First thing that you can remember.
Your mother.
I'm gonna send you there.
I'm sorry, I was rude.
But understand, no matter how much you like it,
Okay.
you're not gonna be able to stay. All
I
right?
know. I'm not
Every
a
time
dumb.
you blink,
I'm not a dumb bitch.
you're going to jump forward in time. Could be a second, could be 5 years. That's just how this thing works. Alrighty then. I hope he's ready for this. Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. Now, don't be afraid, and don't try to fight it. And just
Try
I
to
think
enjoy it this
I think
time.
I'm actually kind of glad that I don't have the eye thing because I blink every like 5 seconds. I would not be able to see
Look at that
anything.
sun. We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that? You must really like it out here, huh? Well, I get that. I like it too.
Oh, look at that. Am I like a baby? Oh, I keep pressing space and it pops that up.
Let's go get you some seashells. What do you say?
Yes, I like seashells. I like seashells.
See that big spiky plant over there?
Seashells are
That's called
nice.
an agave. 11 years from now, that plant will die so it can give birth to this tall, amazing tree covered in flowers.
Oh, that's kind of
We'll
neat.
have to keep our eyes on that one.
I like the beach. Well, I like getting seashells on the beach. I don't like going in the water.
The day really slipped away, didn't it? Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess. Where's the first page of my piece? I can't find it anywhere. Did I put it in here? No.
The bird has a. Bird took. Bird took.
Okay. Go ahead, kid. Look at that.
Benny,
There's
1 year old.
little
I'm a
hand.
baby.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great idea. You know, it'll really be something to see how he grows. Man, the zoom on this thing is fantastic.
Oh, you want to play along with Mommy, don't you?
Can I play the piano? Can
Give
I?
it time. I'm sure you'll be better than me soon enough. Now, where was
Hiccups.
Sounds good, honey.
I'm sending it to my mentor
Oh!
this week.
It chases my cursor around.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
What do I like the music.
That's very specific.
I also like the person playing it.
Yeah, I worry that might have something to do with it.
Now I have to pop all the bubbles. I'm sorry, hang on. Go right there. Come on. Ah. Oh, perfect. Here and then wham over here. And wham over here. Come on. Left. There we go. Every bubble popped.
Look at his little face. What do you think he's thinking about?
Can I eat up the other clouds? I can!
Probably solving the problems of the universe.
So, do you think he's going to be smart?
I don't see why not.
Smarter than you.
We're both pretty smart.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to be. Necessarily.
Bruh.
You're right. No. You're right.
Did she just say, is our kid gonna
No.
be dumb? I'm
Doesn't
right
really matter,
here.
I guess. Whether he's smart or not. As long as he's happy.
Oh, yeah, I mean, of course.
Oh yeah, I
But I still
mean,
think he's going to be smart.
bruh,
I
bruh.
can just tell.
Dad's got my back. Mom's being a little rude.
No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just
Oh.
told you? Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand.
I made the boat.
Thank
I'm
you for
so good
considering
at
my
this.
piece, John. It really means a lot.
Bitch.
Oh, that's sure a little mess of color.
Hi, Pile. I don't want to
You
throw
know, if
it.
you keep working at it, one day you'll be able to paint exactly what's in your head. You'll be a real artist,
Yeah, I will.
unlike your poor mom.
You did think you were talking about how you thought it was gonna be dumb, like the memory before this. So scrapbook.
See? That used to be my piano. My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it. God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first.
Future high school choir.
I think he hoped to make it further than conducting the high school choir. Never said anything, though. He was what you might call the strong, silent type. Can you believe I grew up in the snow? And I came all the way out here to the beach. I don't even know how I got here. His dad got his job and I just came with him. Like a human suitcase.
I think the mom has self-worth issues.
Okay, Benny. Are you ready to see something really special?
I just don't want him to get attached.
What do you mean you don't want me to get attached?
Richard,
What?
that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
What's wrong with that?
We can't keep him, can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No. Well,
My
fine, so
baby. No, we're
But-
not. We're keeping him.
while he's here,
We'll get rid of
I say
mom.
we call him Ernie. Little Ernie. Fits him, doesn't it?
Oh, he's so cute.
He's so
Hello,
sweet.
baby.
I think someone likes his new cat.
Richard,
Hello.
his cat.
Yeah, my cat. This is my cat.
Of course, we're not.
I love him.
Right.
Or
I believe
her.
that. I know where this is going.
For now, honey.
Hello. Look at them.
But another thing I'll
They.
just say quickly.
They.
you
I
build
love
up a
they. I
resistance to
love
allergies
them.
Over time. So what you're allergic to now, like that's why an allergy shot to give you what you're allergic to. So he's like a human allergy shot full of love with one eye. Just considering.
I just know a month from now he's going to be sleeping on my pillow and I'm not going to be breathing.
Hello.
Oh, God. Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember? There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy?
This
you
cat
just wanna
makes me
jump
feel
up and
happy.
down? Now what about C minor? You remember how to play that one?
Damn, I'm like a
Very
couple. I'm pretty sure I'm
good.
like 8-year-old or
different.
2.
That one sounds sad, doesn't it? Amazing
Hello.
what a difference
Hi,
one
kitty
little
cat.
change can make on how a person feels.
Hi, kitty kitty.
Sort sort of like me and your little friend on your piano there.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. I'm cheaper than hiring movers, trust me.
She was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her.
Richard
I just
Brine.
prayed to God I could somehow keep
That is
up.
not a real number.
I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know, which I very quickly lost. God, she dragged me to so many places. It was wonderful.
Well, it's a sand dollar.
Where would you want to go if you could only go to one?
You can only go to Greece, Egypt. I'd go to Greece. I really like Greek
Well,
mythology.
just remember to put on sunscreen. Man, I gave you some unfortunate genes, didn't I? Luckily, Mom gave you some good ones, so... Yeah,
I think Greece would
hope
be
they
fun
balance
to
each
see.
other out.
I think a lot of the history stuff would be nice. Making my way downtown. Pace is moderately slow.
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that? Richard, are you hearing this?
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, I was a gifted kid, but he's brilliant. We need to get him into serious piano lessons.
I'm
Sure. But
playing one
you
note.
know anyone who might be a good teacher for him?
What? I mean, in the city, sure. Not out here, I don't.
I mean, I know someone who might be up to the task. She's very gifted.
Richard, no one in this town knows anything. Maybe I'll just have to do it myself.
Good idea. I think that settles it.
But who's this mysterious woman you're talking about? I hope you're not in love with her.
It's you, you dumb.
You know, I really was for a while, but then she revealed herself to be much stupider than I thought.
Richard, what are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
I love the dad. The dad is so silly. Cat!
Oh, God, I have my interview in 5 minutes and I completely forgot to feed him.
Cat.
I already did.
Oh, thank God. For a moment, I forgot what a great father you are.
Focus on the interview, honey. I got this.
The cat on the page.
Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will literally
He's older.
be on
He's
your desk
bigger
when you
now.
get in. What could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning?
Oh, look at me go!
Fine.
Oh, he pissed on the paper. Bad cat.
When's he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember?
We
I
kept
think
this
he was
cat,
crazy
but my
for
mother
us
is
to actually
allergic to
afford
this
to
cat.
Hey, why not? You're a working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your head, but yeah.
Please let the cat know. It's time to use the litter box, though.
Baby steps. He's got one eye.
Oh, look! There's the hands! 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm 5. I'm 5 years old right now.
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit. You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said, yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius, I could live on. I haven't seen him in over 10 years.
Okay, so yeah, her dad was pushy about legacy and genius. So she's probably anxious about that kind of stuff. And in turn, she's probably going to push it a little bit. Gifted child syndrome. Hiccups. Oh, it's moving. Am I moving?
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay? Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. You're off. You're off, Ben. You can't hear that?
She's making it not fun. It's out of sync with mine.
There you go, buddy.
She's going at a
Okay,
different
keep a
pace
firm
than
grip
I
on
am.
it, just like that. Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal. Sorry, buddy. Turn around, Elle, so we can photograph you.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
For sale.
Ernie, buddy.
Oh, my cat's lost!
Ernie, we need you.
No!
God, Elle, what if you got eaten by a coyote?
Where's my cat?
What did you just say?
No, I said I'm really worried. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
God, honey.
Oh.
I know, sweetie.
Ernie! Kid! Come to Papa! I know you're mad about last night, but this is ridiculous.
What
Yeah.
happened last night?
It's bad.
Oh, God.
What?
Well, if he survived that, I don't know how worried we have to be.
Okay, well, let's take this seriously, okay? He has one eye. That means predators can come up on one side and he doesn't even know. Okay?
My poor cat. Ernie. I think he's a
Ernie!
heathen.
Come on, dude!
Where's my cat? My mom just, I mean, I know the mom's allergic, but come on. I'm like 6, I think. 7?
So you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
Oh, my Ernie's a girl!
Boy.
And you're sure about that?
I thought I was.
Ernie's having babies! Ernie's
That
gonna
was
have babies!
I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
Oh!
No.
Oh, my leg! Look
Think
at the
about it.
baby!
It just happened.
You just happened to find a stray cat in the alley. We keep it even though I hate cats. And now it just happens to pop out 5 more?
Baby Ernie!
professor of signs and symbols, you're really bad at reading them.
Okay, that's funny. That's really witty.
I let us keep him for Benny. And I'm happy about that. But I really can't have 5 cats around the house. It's just not sustainable.
Maybe we can put them outside or something. Until we can find homes for them.
The mom is making me
He keeps coloring
sad.
the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red. Are you able to pick up the new book?
Yes. The Galleon is a particular interest.
I meant Benny's book.
Oh, yeah. Got those too.
Really expensive, right?
No. Can't put a price on learning.
I mean, they did. And it's stupidly big.
So I'm guessing this character I'm playing definitely is gonna have gifted child syndrome. Definitely pressured by at least the mom. The dad is very cool. The mom had gifted child syndrome, and from what I've heard, hasn't really learned beyond being forced to be more than what she wanted to be. So now here we are. The cycle continues. Oh, I'm hearing dog noises. And crunching noises. Oh, is a dog eating the babies? Oh, I don't like that.
I know, it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex, but just take it one day at a time. Trust me. You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand. Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
Okay.
The quiz said find the 0, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I'm so
I mean,
silly.
everything is wrong with that.
Good at the instrument or good at math? You pick, lady.
I want that box full by the time I come in there. If you don't play with it anymore, we're getting rid of it.
Rude.
Congratulations, B. First of many, I'd assume.
This isn't my house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house. You have
Crow.
5 minutes to get down or I'll drive it back with you up there.
Fall back, you fool. I'll have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat.
Bobby, come play inside.
Hey, you.
Hi.
You. Come over here. Yes, Mr. Camera Boy. I'm talking to you.
Camera boy. That's rude.
Why are you
Hi.
always out here taking photos? You know, if you
'Cause
really
it's a
want to
hobby.
take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
There. Take a picture. Now shut up. Leave me alone.
Oh,
Leave me to my
shoot.
hobbies.
I think I gotta go. But,
Okay, bye.
Try to take a photo of me running into my house. I'm pretty fast, so I don't think you'll be able to.
I
You can
will.
try.
I
What
got
the
it.
hell?
Yeah.
How did he do that?
Lightning fast reflexes, bitch. You ain't ever seen anything like me before. I am God. Where's my cat?
Quiet, everyone. Benny's about to play for us.
Wow, Elle, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting is raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to write your own music, right?
Yeah, but I haven't done that in years. Not since he was 4 or 5 years old.
And what do you do, Richard?
He's a professor.
Of what?
Well, no one really knows.
No, I mean, what's his field?
It's maritime archaeology.
Ah, very cool.
But no one really knows what it means.
Unknown legend.
It's kind of one of those professions that stops the dinner party short.
Oh,
Okay, more wine?
I'll have a little more wine, please.
Mom is so rude. Am I done?
The class is world history. My name is Mr. Isaac. The class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units. In each unit, we will study.
Look on your desk. I wrote you some.
Dear
things.
weird neighbor kid. We're in the same class. What a coincidence. Please keep in mind that while we're at school, we don't know each other. Do not talk to me ever. Love, Chloe. You're a
Don't even look at me.
dick.
This is a quote.
Stop staring
I
at
want
me.
each of you to
You're
write
a
it down.
bitch.
Not doodle on the sidelines, not stare off into space.
For the past are condemned to repeat it.
Okay. Now I will go on to the next slide.
This girl is a
Chloe,
bitch.
Tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Oh, yes, of course.
Nope. No, I'm not supposed to doctor her ever.
It's that people who are in the past always remember. I don't know what I'm saying.
Those who cannot remember the past are
Condemned to repeat it.
And what's a better illustration of this point than Chloe's pathetic performance right there? If
Oh,
we do not
earn,
remember
bitch.
Don't talk to me, but I didn't mean don't help me. You had the answer sitting right there. Stupid jerk.
That's not my job. My job is not to make you seem like whatever. If I can't talk to you, I'm not gonna talk to you, period.
I tried to convince your father not to buy you that thing, but he insisted. Half suspect he bought it for himself. The little guys are pretty cute, though. I will admit that. Oh, I want the job of whoever gets paid to think of that crap.
Consters? Well, unless you're considered ready for battle. Oh my god, are these is like Pokemon? Am I about to get am I getting Pokemon right now? Am I gonna start collecting Pokemon?
Next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
Oh, sure. We sit together in history class.
Yeah, and you told me
I
not
don't know
to
what I'd do
talk to
without
you.
old Benny.
Shut up.
Very sweet. Thank you for playing.
You don't
the game
even like
with him.
me.
You are not my friend, by the way.
Shut the
Since
fuck
you
up.
refused to help me in class, I decided our relationship is purely transactional. Okay, shut up. I really want this
Bitch.
one. Maybe I'll use tickle stick. Whoa, that's a pretty good drawing. You should draw pictures of more different stuff. Not me, though.
I'm not.
I'll actually kill you if you try to draw me, and you saw what I'm capable of in your backyard. Benny, why did you draw me? You're not good enough.
Because you're a little
I
bitch.
look so ugly.
You do.
Ugh.
You do look so ugly. Get used to it.
It's called a magnet school. It's about an hour away.
Gay.
I know the change can be scary, but I just want you to go
It's the
in
pansexual
and
colors.
meet the
I'm
demon I
croaking.
spoke with.
On my chocolate.
You know, life can take you to some incredible places if you're really, really good at something.
I'm not finishing that.
So what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
No.
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an audition? We'll get a few pieces that you can have him start learning. I'm eager to hear what your son is capable of. So, I understand you were a musician yourself. Where did you study?
He's got a big dog.
Oh, Berkeley. But I was in the composition department.
Ah, and who did you study under?
John MacDonald?
I understand he's very difficult.
Yes. Taciturn is the word I used.
Taciturn. Yes. People have described me that way, if you can believe it.
Oh, I would never say that about you.
Thank you. I wouldn't either.
You seem very warm. Very caring.
Do I even want to go to this?
As you can see, there are some very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it. Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that. What was that? Was that the piece? What is going on with you these...
I don't want to learn it.
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice. Oh my God. Is she really calling you again?
Mm-hmm.
What, is she obsessed with you?
Yeah.
So listen, I found a construct.
What are you doing? I explicitly asked you not to pick up the phone.
Oh, he's fine. Let him talk to her.
Oh, what do you know about anything that's going on right now?
Okay, you know, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't raise your voice like that.
Well, then don't stick your nose into things that you're completely checked out of.
Okay.
Oh man,
Maybe
did I just
am
cause a
little
fight
checked out,
with your
but
parents?
I actually think the
I'm
fact
sorry,
that I'm
dude,
checked out means
but
I'm
you
able
should
to
also
help
cherish
the ocean
these
here a
moments.
little bit.
My mom and dad used to fight, and I would always hate it, but now I actually miss it a lot. Anyway, so basically across the board, crustacean types perform well against mollusk types. So we got to be leaning on lobster a lot more in these reef battles.
Mm-hmm.
Then, once we get to the trench, we'll be facing what they call craniate types, so chondric types will be what we need. But we haven't even gotten any of those yet. Anyway, it's all pretty complicated, so we can go over it in history class tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, I definitely don't want you to play without me. But if you do end up playing without me, Spend as much time as possible in the Red Reef because that's supposedly where you can find these convict types, which we're for sure gonna need.
Mm.
But we'll talk more tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I gotta go.
Alright. Bye. Anubis.
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale? That is Amamet, and she's
Hey,
got,
Mr.
yes,
Kid,
that's a she,
over here.
the head of a
Mm.
crocodile, fur
Look
of a
at
lion, see, and the body of a hippopotamus, though I would not say that to her face. Now, as you can see, she is ready to devour any of the deceased who do not pass judgment. Sort of like me with your weekly quizzes. So I am not quite sure why I don't hear more frantic scribbling right now.
Ew, why is he so scared looking? Okay, I'll call you when I'm leaving my house. You better pick up my call, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly worried about having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives of shoulder.
Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something. I mean, no offense at all. But I don't think you actually really understand what that is.
Huh. No, I suppose you're right.
Oh, Richard, please. God, why is it like that?
She's really putting a ton of pressure on Benny and also the father. She gets so stressed out. She wants Benny to live the life that she wanted to live, but he doesn't want to. He wants to live like a child. You know, but she doesn't. She thinks he wants all this stuff. She thinks he wants to be this person, but he doesn't. Which is evident by the way we've been acting. I mean, when I crumbled the paper, she said, "Why have you been like this lately?" You know, it's pretty obvious that Benny does not want to do this music stuff. It's fun at first, but now it's just pressure. And that can really get to someone that's this young.
Lights out. You need
They
to be rested
are
for
out,
tomorrow.
bitch.
Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
I'm not going to the audition.
Richard, tell your son to turn the lights off.
Benny, Mom says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says, you say.
We're sneaking out.
Wow, didn't think you'd actually pick up. I'm a sticky for a baby. I apologize. Okay, so meet me out.
Chloe's
in
a
the
bitch,
alley
but at
and
least she actually is
now,
including me
okay?
and stuff.
Chloe, out.
You know, I'm really glad you're here. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Or to get off my chest. Okay. I don't think Kongsters is actually a really good game. My cousin Yoon, he was in town this weekend, and he was explaining how it's actually a ripoff of a really good Japanese game. He calls it a cash grab. So, I'm sorry that I made you like it because it's actually a terrible game. But I also think that if it was a really good game, maybe we wouldn't have enjoyed playing it as much. We would have been so focused on how good it was and not the feelings we had while we were playing it. Like, my favorite vegetable is a tomato, but Yoon thinks that they're the grossest ever. And you're probably the least popular boy in the school, but I also like hanging out with you the most, which was also something I wanted to talk to you about. I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone. So this has been a big surprise for me this year, in a lot of ways.
Stay here.
I like that you let me talk. My cousin never lets me talk. My dad does, but I can tell he's not really listening.
Probably didn't sleep at all. Out in the cold all night. You're already feeling sick, aren't you? It's
Sick
okay.
of
You
you.
still got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something. Maybe just try and close your eyes now and get a little sleep on the way over. I'm going to play the recording so the sound of mastery can seep into your subconscious a little, okay?
I
Close
don't
your
want
eyes,
to
Ben.
do this.
I'm going to be there soon.
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited to hear.
I don't want to be here. He doesn't want to be here.
Oh, okay. I think that's enough. So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on having you come back next year again, once you've had a bit more time to practice? Yes?
I don't want
As
to come
you
back
know,
next year.
Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and I wish you the best of luck on your path, wherever it may take you, okay?
Maybe I pushed you too hard.
You did.
Maybe I turned into my own father.
You did.
I don't know. You have to find something to focus on.
I am.
The world isn't very kind to people who aren't really good at something.
I'm good at plenty of things.
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I can become myself. Hi, Pile.
We want him home from school for a while. Just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course.
Am
I'll
I
be right
sick?
back, Benny, okay?
Just maybe 5 minutes, kiddo. Okay?
Can I eavesdrop? I like to draw. We snuck out with Chloe, and then
Such a crucial time in his development.
we failed the
Shouldn't be
piano
confined
thing.
to his room.
Yeah, look, I mean, having him home for a little means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus him, make sure he's staying engaged.
Can we please try to speak a little softer? I really...
just here all by myself. All by myself. I'm hoping at least from that moment in the car, cause she was definitely pushing Benny to live a life that she wanted to live instead, which is it is something common that parents tend to do. They push their children towards lives they as people wanted to live instead, but they don't always put into consideration that that's what their kid wants with their life. And it leads to people being unhappy with the stuff they did enjoy because now it's just something that they're being forced to do rather than wanting to do. Like the piano, Benny with the piano. You like
This
the
isn't
piano,
video
and then
game time.
you didn't like
I
the
want you to
piano.
figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Video games. I'm sick. What do you mean this isn't video game time? Or we never gave them away. I'm drawing.
Hey, B! Dinner's ready!
Why isn't your son eating this, Al?
No. We fix it. Well, ever since he got sick, all he does is make art.
Just draw now. Oh,
And
look at that.
Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
We like art. We like art. We liked music and now we like art. Well, that's actually kind of neat.
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn to be artists. And although I was hired to teach you, it is a sham. There is no teaching art. So don't just sit there slack-jawed. Make art!
I'm making art.
Oh.
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are. It's very zany, very kitsch. Lucky for you, the world is always in need of more greeting card artists. There you go, Mr. Bryn. Feel each shape. Oh, you fiend!
This is actually
I
fun.
want you all to take a long look at what Mr. Bryn has done here.
Hi.
You see, he has reached down deep within himself and created a masterpiece.
Thank you. I love shapes and colors.
I pray you have a strong hold on yourself, Mr. Bryn,
I don't.
for I fear talent like these, you may soon be swept away by a whirlwind.
I'm an artist.
I'm stunned. The ironic sincerity of this piece is so sincerely ironic.
He's flipped the discourse so thoroughly,
I'm actually dizzy.
I really said take that,
I know that
Art.
lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, you open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
What else can I do?
Benjamin! Marvelous show last week. Truly stunning. I've never been prouder. One little thing. A birdie told me that Elba Pressenhuber gave you her card. Now, I want you to cut that card into little pieces and feed it to an alley cat. Elba Pressenhuber is not in the business of the arts. Elba Pressenhuber is in the business of business. And you, child, you are no businessman. You are an artist.
I am an artist.
Live like one.
I am. Even this makes me
You're not
more
selling
happy.
your soul.
Oh.
Well, look at that. You've crumpled my contract.
I did. L.
To being a difficult artist, the best of us are. This is divine. So, now that you...
Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that.
Honey, stop. Is that Benjamin Brin?
Oh my god. I think it is.
Of all places.
Like that. Look at this. I've been to Greece. Oh, it was Greece!
I bet you're happy you threw that contract in her face now. You didn't sell out, and you still got rich. Oh, but listen to me, Benjamin. Now is the single most important moment in your entire career. Collectors, curators, how we all love a rising star, and how bored we become once it's settled. Keep rising, Benjamin.
Do I want to keep raising that?
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up this call, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and, well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it. Oh, Benny, I told you not to pick up.
Well, I'm picking up. My
There's
mom is
nothing
sick.
you can do for me right now. All you can do is just keep painting, keep striving. You make that work of true genius. I can just tell you're almost there. So, I'm going to hang up the phone now, and you're just gonna get back to work, okay?
My mom was a little bit of a bitch, but I loved her. She's my mom. It doesn't... My mother
That's
had
enough from me.
issues.
Now,
But that doesn't mean...
you'll hear from the person who I believe was the
Ah,
single thing in the world my wife was most proud of. Her magnum opus, so to speak. I think you all know who I'm talking about. Benny? You ready to come up here? Go on, B. Say something.
It's the metronome.
What's wrong? Why aren't you talking?
want to speak. Can I really not talk? Am I not allowed? I wasn't allowed to
Hey, you.
talk.
As you know, I talk to big, very important people every day. And there's one thing that everybody is asking me. What's going on with Benjamin Brin? And what am I supposed to say?
I'm
That I haven't
sad.
heard from my star pupil in 6 months?
Tell them I'm mourning. I'm mourning my mother.
You are a snake. You are a fraud. But worst of all, Benjamin, you are a little tease. I have told the world that Benjamin Brain is a genius. I have told the world that Benjamin Brain is silent because Benjamin Brain is hard at work creating his greatest work yet. But you are doing nothing! The world has forgotten you, Benjamin! They have moved on!
Good.
And I...
Fuck the world.
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you. I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son. I can't move without bumping into her. And then I just find myself breaking down again. I hope you understand.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter.
I'm just so glad you got to speak to her one last time. I mean, I know she told you not to pick up the phone, but, well, I'm just so happy that you did.
I'm glad I did
She
too.
just wanted you to focus on your work. That was the only thing that mattered to her. What's that? What's so fascinating, son?
Like the sunset. I like family. I always hated the piano, but she loved it.
Look. It's unbelievable, Benny. It's like she's standing in the room with us. Like I can see her in the paint.
Sure she is.
I can feel her.
Inspired by the musical composition of his late mother, composer Alice Stevens, relatively unknown in her life.
really
Brian
you?
lifted his
It's
mother
Chloe,
work out of
your
obscurity
neighbor.
with the creation of this piece.
My god, I can't
He's now
believe
considered
this.
one of
It's
the
been
great-
years. I just walked through the entire show. It's
Night, Pile.
unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that. I just can't believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a bona fide genius. I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those little drawings you did. Remember when you still drew my portrait even when I begged you not to? God, you were such a little jerk back then.
So were you.
And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music. She was a genius.
She was.
Like mother, like son, I guess.
Don't say that though.
Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing after this? Maybe we could get a drink or something? I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now would you look at that? I cannot believe my luck. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. Oh, the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Oh, well, there you are.
Oh.
Well, hello, sir. If I had realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but whew, an internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story
Will the
a test
gatekeeper
run?
be my mom?
Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, here we go. Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
As a kid? Lonely.
His childhood was a lonely one. Growing up as a strange, quiet child in an
All I had was
isolated
Chloe.
seaside town. And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant?
The composer.
His mother was a composer who, with the need to support her family, took a job as an accountant. How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding? Kind of like your champion or more like a taskmaster?
She was demanding.
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over-demanding, forcing him to practice day in and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could.
That's exactly what I was talking about. You know, the
How about
desire
that
to
neighbor
live through
What was
your
she to you?
child.
Was she your best friend or your first love? Now, be honest here.
My best friend.
But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his best friend and blowing it the next day.
I don't think I would count Chloe as my first
Now,
love.
from that moment forward, his mother gave
I just
up
don't
on
think,
him. She knew
as
he
Benny,
didn't have what it took to be
at
a
least
truly
through their
great musician.
interactions,
But little did she know,
I don't think
she
they
just
were
picked
lovers.
the wrong medium.
I think they
right?
were just friends.
See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year,
COVID.
he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten.
Draw.
Painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. But be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You lucky fowls! All right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're
What do the birds say to you?
I had assumed as much anyway. I should probably tell you, those things, they're not regular gulls. They're liar birds. They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings. Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one. Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
I don't think I lied. Unless my memories were fake or lies.
You're a flea-bitten sap. You know that?
I think I described my life
Just look at him.
exactly
Poor
how
fool doesn't know what he's in for.
I saw it as.
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you.
Thank
and I'm
you.
sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck.
Maybe.
And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you.
You're the dog
But
that
it's
ate
too
my
late
cat.
for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass.
That's okay.
So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning. And this time, I want the truth.
So they were lies. Okay, so the memories were lies.
Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make...
You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, I might be a work of genius just as I was.
I get all this. We need to move.
Trying, man.
This. Stay here. What did
Okay.
your mother hear on that phone call?
I'm not gonna blink away. I wanna know.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
I see. She knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it. Let's move.
Okay.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane.
Chill.
Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep going.
This one I think I already guessed. I think the dog ate the cat. It's better to face reality than to lie. Pretty sure I know what's happening. Yep.
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough. So then you went to work. To make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard. I've been listening to him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win.
I like hanging out with you a lot, which is weird because after what happened with my mom, I never like hanging out with anyone.
I know you want to stay here, man, but we don't have the time.
So this has been a big surprise for me this year.
I'm not worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
I get all this.
Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep blinking.
Blinking, chill, homie.
We can focus and make sure he's staying engaged.
Can you please try to speak a little softer? I really don't want him to hear us talking about this.
Facing truths. Truth is important.
What's the point? What's the point?
What do you mean? What's the
I have
point?
to hold it down.
What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. He's asleep. It's okay.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon, at the top of your lungs. You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing with it.
Was I a writer instead of a painter?
Well, hello, Benny. It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics. Exactly. It was very artsy. Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear.
an isolated seaside. His mother. It's basically the story that the wolf came up with.
Man, this is wild. You really got into this, didn't you? Oh, here I am. But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his best friend and blowing it the next day. Best friend? Okay, Benny. And you know, we really could have just slept on the beach another night. But I'm also glad we didn't because, well, another night wouldn't be the same night. If that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Okay, back to the story.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes, so try to get comfortable. You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
Knock, knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but I would really love to read it if you'd let me. What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do.
Can I let her read it?
I can't.
Go in there and tell him you loved it.
I'm sorry, I just can't. Not right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll talk to you.
Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a lonely one, growing up a strange and quiet child in an isolated seaside town. I mean, I'm certainly bummed you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. Reads like Dickens. Really just very cool stuff, kiddo. You should be very proud, okay? Okay. Love you, buddy.
Just the self-doubt. Small flash warning, I think.
Benny! Benny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me? Richard! Richard, get up!
Is that like the manifestation of the cancer?
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding. It's been a rough one. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to understand things have taken a really bad turn here. Yeah, no, that's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is pissing me off right now.
You're pissing me off, too.
I understand you have a business to run. It's a very cliche thing to say to me in a time like this. Okay. Well, then I guess all I can say is screw you too. I said screw you too.
You get him, Dad.
Yeah.
Fuck
man,
him up.
That's all I got.
Hey, this isn't funny, you know? What, you're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know, I know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff. So the fact that you are faking just so you don't have to go to school with me is actually ridiculous. I don't know if you're embarrassed about our night at the beach together, so you're avoiding me or what, but I just wanted to.
I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet
Sorry,
little
I'm
life
getting
out
really
here,
quiet.
and
I'm just
I feared
really
that
focused on the story.
I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, that's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine. Oh, her poor fur. Richard, we have to give Ernie a haircut, okay?
I'm getting her a sashimi plate.
What?
What? I think she more than deserves it.
Oh, I think you're right. She hasn't been over. Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Oh my god, you're an idiot. You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about what you said in the story the other day and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done that. But...
laugh.
Hey! What are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you. I want to give you something. But I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
Dear weird neighbor kid, you are my best friend. Love, Chloe. I love that. Oh, it's very slow.
What is that?
It's something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
Ah, it's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like it?
I mean, yeah. I love everything you do.
What do you like about it?
Not this old trap.
Go on. I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable. Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
Listen, I didn't mean to click.
I can't breathe.
I know.
It's okay, Benny, I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this cramp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You can come back to me now. You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. I know just what to tell her.
That's good.
Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me.
Is it gonna be my mom?
I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think.
Oh, are we in the toy boat? I'm just realizing, like, the little spinny thing. Are we in the toy boat? Is this boat yellow? I can't tell. Oh, right. Blink, time goes through. It's the cat! It's a cat!
There she is. Wish me luck.
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn. Benjamin Bryn was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father.
In a small town by the sea. His mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year.
And in that year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home with light and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again.
And how, even when he was sick, he still gave his parents hope. How he reminded them of exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten. So when he was going to go, he was
okay. Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
She accepts. Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in.
Why is he smiling like that?
He must be somewhere that he likes.
that. I really like this game. I've been wanting to play this game for over a year now. We're gonna listen to the music.
You're gonna feel the same way I do. I'm gonna say I love you before you say I'm gone. When that chance comes through, I'm gonna prove you wrong. In a market, in a desert, you'll remember why you came here. There's a couple pictures of you laughing, gripped tight to raffle tickets. I've got memories, but I'm slipping. You left some people in here wondering if you'll stay here or not. You wanna make some money, give a kid to dad when he has somebody. You're gonna feel the same, and without him, you'll be thinking. He'll have pictures in his wallet. There's a couple pictures of you laughing, gripped tight to raffle tickets. I've got memories, but I'm slipping. You left some people in here wondering if you'll stay here or not.
Okay. Going to our BRB screen for now. Because we still have about an hour left.